Hello everybody. In the previous video I made a very simple widget. Now if I play, I have in my screen the widget. I can click and say equipped items, which obviously I don't have anything equipped. Uh, I can close. I can actually close this box, but if I equip, for example, it doesn't seem I don't show anywhere, and actually I remove from the inventory as well. So for this one I will try to uh, show it to the equipment widget, and then when I press and uh, make a function like unequip, it goes back to the inventory. So I will close this. I will open up what do I need. I need the I need to make another widget actually, widget user widget, and this will be WP unequip item, and this one will be just a simple widget, like I can give um, like a size box, okay, and I will do a desired on screen, and the width will be 100, or actually make it 200, and the height override will be 30. Let's do 20 actually. So now in the size box I can do a button which will be a variable button unequip, right, and a text which I don't think this will be a variable, so I can leave it like that and make a default value of unequip. This will be justification like that, and do it. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger, like 30. Okay, and for now I think I need the dispatcher, but for now I will do here I will put WBP unequip item, and by default this will be collapsed size to content. Sure, the visibility will be collapsed, and the main thing now is on temporary inventory equipped slot equipment slot clicked. I can get my WP unequip and set visibility to visible, but first I can get mouse position on viewport, right, and then I can slot as canvas slot, set position, okay, and I will split this, and I will subtract like it was 200, so I will subtract 100 and connect this. So, and the y value I will connect to the y set position. So if I play now and open my inventory, so I have the input to UI and game mode, nothing happens. Why nothing happens? Because I don't bind it, I guess. At the breakpoint. Okay, do I need to bind? So in the event graph, oh yes, of course, because it's another slot. I think if I do this, let me remove the breakpoint, right? Okay, so this will work in the temporary because this function is when I create the slots from the temporary slots. Okay, so in the event graph, I can say again bind event on equipment slot clicked, and I can say create event, and I will bind it to the on temporary inventory slot clicked. So now if I play, um, I have the unequip. So in the unequip item, I believe that do I need to do something, or I can go on temporary slots. I can let's um, get this. Let's copy paste this. Right. I can find the component by tag and call and wait a minute. The component. So I can use actually the tag. So I can set the. Do I need to? So first of all, actually I need a dispatcher and say on slot equipped, and I can make it and I can make a custom event and say refresh slots and call it here. And when I equip something, I say refresh slots, and also here that I'm equipping something. And in the WBP equipment in the event graph, um, once I create the temporary slots, I can get the equipment by tag and say bind, or rather not, because this isn't the. So do I need to make an interface? Let me think. Okay, so now that I create the dispatcher, right? Oh, I need to clean this up. But anyway, now that I create it, I can say something like I need to get a ref, so I need to cast to the equipment manager. So after I create the temporary slots, I can say now bind event on slot equipped, and I can pass it. And now that we are here, let's promote this to a variable and say array um, equipment slots inside box, and instead of doing this, I will loop over the array, right? Now I can create a matching function. So create matching function, not custom event. Let's do this. Create a matching function and say refresh slots. And also I will promote this to a variable as well and say equipment slots temporary inventory. I will delete this. I will make it an array, and I will add to the array. So now in the refresh slots, I can take both the inventory slot as well, and I can also promote this to a variable and have a ref. I will just copy paste this, right, and do for each loop set slot tag, slot ID, or rather I don't need this function, I need to set temporary inventory data, and I can get the equipable slots, right, get a copy and pass it, and on completed I will do the same thing for the other array. So, and this goes there. So if I play now, let's actually add the breakpoint. If I play now and pick up the rusty scythe and equip, I have the refresh slots. So now it's in the equipped. So if I unequip, nothing happens because I don't set an event. So in the equipment slots, no, I need the in the WP equipment on temporary slot clicked. I have this, and so I can do like cast to equipment manager, right? And say unequip, and the slot ID will be something like that. So if I let's let's note that the breakpoint for now. Um, so if I go and equip, I refresh the slots, the inventory goes empty, and I have the equipment. Okay, okay. So I need in the content in the equipment system the widget unequip. I need the dispatcher on unequip requested, right? And I need an input of a game of a slot tag ID, and this will be a gameplay tag, and I will call it on button clicked. And I need also a variable slot ID, I guess, which is a gameplay tag. So now I can go back to the WB equipment, and this is refresh slots and create on temporary clicked. I don't need this actually, right? Actually, I don't know why does it. No. Okay. So in event graph, in the event pre-construct, I will do all of this, and then I will get my. Do I have the equip? Okay, the WP unequip item, right? and I will bind event on an equip requested, and I will create an event, a matching function. So now I can get my player state and the component, copy paste this, and I can cast to equipment manager, right? And say unequip, and then I will get my unequip item and visibility, set visibility to collapsed, right? So if I play now, if I equip, refresh slots, I am equipping the item. If unequip, nothing happens. Why? Because the item generic info is not u plus pass slot. So at the breakpoint, just to see what happens. I'm equipping, I refresh the slots. If I unequip slot tag, oh my god, I haven't. So I haven't. So do I? So do I call unequip item, for example, right? I need to pass the tag. But do I do this like that? Like, okay, I can promote it to a variable and I can set it the slot ID, right? Or rather, instead of doing this, I can get the unequip item and set tag, set slot ID. So I believe this will work, I think. So if I play now, I will equip, okay, it doesn't matter. The unequip, the slot tag is slot dot weapon. Okay, I'm casting, unequip. Okay, this should work. Okay. So if I equip again, I have this. If I unequip, I have this. Okay. And just to test, I have it to my temporary equipped items and I can unequip from there as well. Just to be a little bit more flexible and cleaner. And this is a chest. So this could work, I think. Okay, so the chest goes back to the chest. I can unequip the item. I can equip again. This goes to the ignore the socket name, I don't have any, but this goes to the equipped item slot chest, and this goes to the weapon. So if I go back to the items, let's do a very fast. Actually, I want to go to the generic, to my player, and the mesh. I want a socket name. So this was the sword. Um, I will do like, what is the root? No, pelvis, spine, hand left. Let's do spine. Let's do spine. Spine 3, spine 4, spine 5. Okay, spine, uh, cube, socket, whatever. And I will add the preview asset, cube. What was the, I think this one. And I will go like that and make it a little bit. Okay, cube socket. Let me copy paste this. So if I go to my items, the data, the equipable data, cube config, and the socket name goes there. If I equip now, I have the cube. Okay, so the last thing is if I equip from here, it's correctly removing the item and goes back to the inventory, and then the sword goes to the slot weapon. So if I'm equip, okay, okay. So this is it for it. Thanks for watching.